Hello everyone, welcome in on this Saturday afternoon for today's presentation of the British Wheelchair Basketball Women's Premier League. Today's match is here in the Archers Arena in Cardiff, Wales for the Cardiff Met Archers at home against the East London Phoenix. I'm Atticus Peed, joined in just a moment by Reese Jones and Harry Jenkins. We'll get to them in just a minute. But first, for today's game, both teams coming in desperately looking for a win. Cardiff Met are 2-3 on the season, 2 wins both over the Worcester Wolves and 3 losses, twice to the Loughborough Lightning and once to these East London Phoenix in the first game of the season. For the Phoenix, they stand at 3-2 so far, 3 wins on the season, 2 losses for them. Both these teams are fighting for playoff positioning right now. At the end of this season, all 4 teams will go into the playoffs. The first team will play the 4th and the second will play the 3rd. And at the moment, 2nd and 3rd teams, Cardiff Met 3rd, East London Phoenix 2nd. So today's game will go a long way to deciding who will have the home match, or the home advantage, rather, in the playoffs come playoff time. At the moment, the Archers, the 3rd seed, would go on the road to the Phoenix, the 2nd seed, and that could change today with a big Archer win, setting them up for the second half of their season. Joined here by Reese Jones, the voice of Cardiff Met Archer basketball, and Harry Jenkins, former Cardiff Met Archer basketball player of his own and former Paralympic sprinter as well. Nice to have both of you guys here today.
Thank you very much, Atticus. Excited to be here, excited to have more and more action going on in the Archers Arena today. Doubleheader as well. We've got the WPL going on after this, but very, very excited to see what the wheelchair can offer. You know, we were here on Wednesday with the Bucks national semi-final, watching the Cardiff Met Archers and a couple of these players, especially Jade Atkin in that game as well, and it's just got me very excited for this one today.
We'll go through the key players in just a moment here, but first, Harry, thanks for joining us here.
Thank you for having me again.
We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
What are you looking forward to today?
Probably the matchup between Atkin and Conroy, and these are the 2 teams probably the mid-table, so Loughborough seem to be out in front a bit and Worcester seem to be lacking behind everyone, so these 2 teams seem to be the 2 teams fighting for that playoff position, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of those players you guys both mentioned, we have 2 key players to the match today, Amy Conroy for the Phoenix and Jade Atkin for the Archers. Reese, start us off. Who are you looking forward to today?
I mean, Jade Atkin has been an absolute all-star in every competition she's played in this season. You know, as I mentioned, we saw her on Wednesday in the National Bucks semi-final against Loughborough, and she was an absolute menace. I mean, she wasn't even on the court for, you know, about a quarter of that game because they built up a bit of a lead, but her scoring output is just second to none in this league, honestly. She gets herself in these positions, and I mentioned it to you on the night as well. She gets this look in her eye as soon as she's about to, as soon as she decides that she's going to take the shot and she's going to try to score. You can see it in her face, and it's just this burst of confidence that she's had ever since this league has started, ever since she's got the stage to play for Cardiff Met. You know, she's just been an absolute all-star in her scoring output for the Archers.
Now, there is one thing you said that Harry actually mentioned before the game as something that's not totally true. Jade Atkin is 2nd in the league in scoring. First, though, Amy Conroy. So, Harry, what makes Amy Conroy so dangerous today?
I think she's shown her versatility this season so far, scoring from inside and out. She took 6 months off after Tokyo, and I think it's really done her good. She's come back, she's looked a bit possessed, to be honest. I was watching the game they played Cardiff Met first time round. She was getting double teamed and hitting from outside the key, you know.
Yeah.
She's a 3-time Paralympian. She's got real experience, and it's really showing so far. And I think she's just sort of got a rejuvenation for the game since she's come back in. And I think she's found her joy again in the game of basketball. Listening to her speaking to interviews, I think she's really enjoying this league. And you see it in her play. I think she's.
Yeah.
Her and Jade have probably been the 2. I think Loughborough have been the standout team, but her and Jade have probably been the standout 2 players in this league.
Yeah.
And maybe her. I think she's. I don't know what her efficiency is, but it seems like she's shooting over 50%. It seems like she's shooting really well, so it'll be interesting to see the matchup today.
Well, we're in for a big matchup between those 2 players and these 2 teams. First, though, we have a quick video to talk you through here. Keith Claiborne, one of the star athletes here for Cardiff Met in the Men's National Basketball League. Take a look inside his story and what's taking him here to Cardiff Met looking for success here.
My name is Keith Claiborne. I am 25 years old. I am from Westminster, Maryland. I come to Cardiff Met to play basketball and also study sports coaching to get a master's degree. Basketball started for me when I was about the age of 4. I've played from 4 up until the age of 25. I also played other sports growing up, like baseball, football, American football at that. But those just, they weren't like how I had the love of game for basketball. Basketball was just, I played it all year round. Once I got to the age of like 10 to 11, all the way up until 18. And it was just put in my hands. Like me and my brother are 2 years apart. So it was kind of easy to have like that person to go play basketball with, go to the playground and things like that. Growing up, I had a playground in the back of my house, so that had a basketball hoop, so that made it kind of easy to fall in love with and just stick with the game of basketball. And it's taken me a lot of places. I've met a lot of people, and I'm grateful for that. It's like I said, it's just I fell in love with it for the longest time, and I don't think I would be here today if I played any other sport. As far as fitting in here, yeah, it's been, I don't want to say it's been difficult, but it has been a change. Obviously, coming from a different country, me coming from the States. But just as far as basketball goes, it's me trying to bring what I've learned in the years that I've played and just bring that here, bring that winning culture here. And since that's what I'm accustomed to, just bring that here to Cardiff Met. And I feel like I've been able to do that. I feel like I've helped my teammates, whether it be on the NBL Division II team or the Bucks 1 team, and just help them bring what I can. I hope that I can, what I've implemented here, that they can continue to grow off of that after I leave here and continue to grow as a basketball program, whether that be on the men's or women's side. Hopefully they can bring more Americans here and they can have a great experience like I had. And just like I said before, just continuing to build on what we've done so far, just keep growing the basketball program as a whole. And pretty much we're fighting to stay up, in Bucks 1 division, and then fighting to keep our spot in the NBL Division II. So if we do that, then those will be very good goals for us, and moving forward, hopefully for them, that they can move up into the Premier League for Bucks, and then maybe even get to win the league for NBL and go to Division I.
Well, we're really excited for the opportunity. Reese and I have gotten to know Keith over the past few weeks. Awesome man, awesome guy to get to know. We're really excited for the last game of their season as well. The Division II men's national basketball side will go up against Oxford Hoops next weekend in a relegation battle. Whoever wins that game will either be promoted or relegated. So we're excited for that matchup. But we're more excited here right now for the game today. Let's go through the lineups for both teams first, as they're going through the same here on the floor. For the Archers, they have a full roster here today. Number 3, Adele Atkin. Number 4, Jade Atkin. Number 5, Bethany Francis. 6, Rebecca Ganley. 7, Francesca Antoniazzi. Number 8, Libby Phillips. Number 9, Maddie Martin. Number 10, Neve Watson. 11, Katie Morrow. 12, Leah Evans. Number 13, Ella Beaumont. Number 14, Anastasia Blees. And they're joined by assistant coaches Tom Guntrip and head coach Rosie Williams. Now for the Phoenix today, they only have 5 players here on the floor for this afternoon. Curran Brown, number 3, and number 7, Evelyn Roberts. Number 10, Amy Conroy. Number 12, Freya Levy. Number 33, Nick Terrell. And that's their entire roster. We don't have many other players here today. Harry, you know a little bit more about the situation. Why do the Phoenix only have 5 players on the floor today?
I've just been speaking to one of their players now, and there's been some clashes with National League. So some players have had to play for their National League side. And then they've had some injury issues as well, which they couldn't help. So down to 5 players today. They're missing Bethany Wheeler, who is their second leading scorer, and she's sort of the Robin to Amy Conroy's Batman, and she'll be a big list today. So it'll be interesting to see how they cope with that. She's away playing National League, actually, so I'm not sure how the Phoenix head coach will think about that, but it is what it is, and a lot will be on Conroy's shoulders today for sure.
Well, no kidding. With only 5 players, you won't have any substitutions. Reese, what does that mean for Cardiff Met? How should they approach this game with only 5 players on the Phoenix side coming in?
Well, I think, especially looking at the size of the roster, they've got at least double, if not 3 times the amount of players that they've got available today. So, I think heavy rotation and making sure you've got some fresh bodies on the floor at all times. That is just going to be a factor, especially late game. So we'll see how they treat that early in the game. But I think, focusing on the output that Jade Atkin gets and making sure she gets her finishes and gets in her positions under the basket and some high percentage shooting opportunities, I think that's going to be a huge focus. But then also all the other role players, the guards, the people who are setting up the spaces for Jade Atkin, I think they're going to have a huge job as well. Because if Jade Atkin can focus on her scoring and then, Cardiff Met can shut down Amy Conroy, then, they're not going to have anybody else to fall back on, given the amount of numbers that they've got today. So I think that's the game plan for Cardiff Met today.
I think this will be a big game for Katie Morrow. I think looking at the size of London, like Reece said, I think bringing Katie usually comes off the bench, but I think she hasn't really shown her scoring potential so far. She's had a couple of 5-minute bursts where you're like, oh, she can really score. Maybe today this is where they are going to focus in on Jade a lot, and with her size in this kind of game, maybe Katie can come in and change the game a bit.
We'll be hoping so. Katie Morrow had her season high of 16 points in the last home game for the Archers, a 53-59 defeat to the Loughborough Lightning a few weeks ago. Looking for more today, obviously, and we'll see what the Archers can do with it. Now, as we look at the league table here, one of the weird parts of the season so far, there's a pretty established hierarchy among the 4 teams, like you guys have both mentioned. Loughborough Lightning, they beat everybody. The East London Phoenix beat everybody else, except for the Lightning. The Archers beat the Worcester Wolves and nobody else, and the Worcester Wolves have beaten nobody. So at the moment, Lightning on the top, Phoenix second, Archers third, Wolves fourth, and they're looking to change the narrative here today as Cardiff Met and get their first win against somebody who isn't Worcester. Can they do it here at home, Reece?
I think if there was ever a time to do it, it's here at the Archers Arena, but somebody's got to break the mold. I think if Cardiff Met, this is the game that changes their season, that changes the trajectory on if they're going to get that home playoff game, like you mentioned before. So, if they don't win it today, I don't see any reason why the trend wouldn't continue throughout the rest of the season. And so this is the game that's going to break that mold.
Definitely so. Archers looking for anything they can get here on home. They had their first home win of the season in their second game against the Worcester Wolves, and they haven't had a home win since then. That last win was on February 12th, so we're about a month away from that. Now, Harry, we're just a minute away from the tip-off here. If you're Cardiff Met, obviously you mentioned Katie Morrow and you mentioned Jade Atkin. Where else are you looking today? With a deep roster compared to the 5 for the Phoenix, where else are you looking for Cardiff Met to take advantage?
I think, most of the season we've seen sort of a heavy 7-man rotation with the flooded in of other players. Leah Evans, Maddie Martin. I think those 2 might be key today as well, due to the fact that 5 players on court. Does the coach say, why don't we come out and press a bit? Why don't we come out and try and get an early lead? And push them down a bit, make them tired. They can't make any subs. It'll be interesting now. Rosie might not have known coming into this that they'll only have 5 players. It'll be interesting to see if they change their tactics now that they've only got 5.
Well, Archers will look to take advantage of anything they can get so far today. That's an interesting one to bring up because the East London Phoenix are very good at creating turnovers and using their speed to get into the paint and force the teams back, get 8-second inbound calls. The Phoenix forced 16 turnovers last week against the Lightning and took advantage, 19 turnovers rather, and scored 16 second chance points off of those. But Cardiff Met with a deeper roster, obviously, hoping to use more of that rotation here today. As both teams will come out on the floor here, we're just about ready for tip-off. Archers here at home and Cardiff, Wales, looking here to win for their third win of the season, what they're looking for against the Phoenix. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We're live on the British Wheelchair Basketball Women's Premier League YouTube channel for this game today, as Jade Atkin and Amy Conroy, the 2 that we mentioned before the game, as the key performers, will go up for the opening tip-off here. Both teams ready to go. We'll just wait for the referee to get the opening tip-off, as he'll make sure both players have their wheels on each side of the court. Just about ready to go. Ball up in the air. Atkin goes for it. Conroy easily reaches up and grabs it, and we're up and away. Nick Terrell takes the ball off to start here. Loses the handle a little. We'll call that a pass. Levy with the ball, drives inside to the free throw line. Nobody covers her. Off the back iron and out. Atkin comes away with the first rebound.
A lot of pressure is going to be put on Freya Levy today. She's a player with international experience. With a depleted roster, they're going to ask a lot from her today.
Atkin comes around the corner looking for that edge. Can't find it. Passes to the other side. Double teamed, up, and an air ball. Phoenix coming down the court here. Conroy looking for space. Got somebody out on the wing. Terrell forces it back. Blees one-on-one with her. Thrown inside to Brown. Gets it knocked away. Levy, cross-court pass here. Conroy's out on the far side. Got space against Leah Evans. Evans gets back to her. 2 on the shot clock. Gets the shot up. Does Conroy. Off the back iron and out.
You could see there Leah Evans was out on Conroy before she even got the ball. They're pushing her out really hard whenever she's looking to shoot.
Making sure Conroy stays out of that paint to start this game. Blees out on the wing. Can't find a pass. Needs somebody to get open. Jade Atkin will. Gets it over to Leah Evans. Out into the baseline. Evans takes a deep 2 as the shot clock was expiring, and it's out. Maddie Martin with the rebound. Blees deep 2. Doesn't fall either. Archers can't get inside the paint here to start this game. Pass to Conroy, off her hands, can't get it in time. Roberts gets it, but we have an 8-second violation here. Good pressure from Leah Evans as a turnover forced.
You can see early there, just the small pressure. They haven't got that many players who are used to bringing the ball up. It's only really Freya. So when Freya hasn't got the ball, you saw Leah recognize that and just put a little hustle on, and it caused Nick Terrell a bit of problems.
Archers looking to cause as many problems as they can for the Phoenix here today. Evans comes into the paint, takes that 2 and knocks it in. First 2 points for the Archers. 2-point lead here for the Archers.
Leah's scoring hasn't been as high as she would have liked this season, so I'm glad for her. She's getting good. That's a good early look for her. Hopefully she can help Jade out a lot today.
Conroy on the perimeter, 3 on the clock, comes inside. We've got a foul called here. Looks like a foul called on Maddie Martin for the block there, illegal screen. I think this is a good start for the Archers, Reese. What do you think?
I think it's a slow burner from Tom Guntrip, I don't think he's under any pressure to really, put out a huge scoring output early in this game. This game is going to favor the Archers as the game goes on, as East London tire out a little bit. Obviously no subs today, so yeah, I think this is going to play into Tom Guntrip's favor. Conroy deep 2, banks it home.
Banks it off the back iron, I guess.
That's
2-2.
It's an unbelievable finish.
No kidding. Blees coming inside the perimeter, looking to go down. She's got a screen in front of her. She pulls up, tries to drop in that 2. It's not going to fall. And a rebound there and taken away. Conroy speeding down the court, looking to get inside the perimeter. She will be forced back by Maddie Martin. Picks up the dribble here. Spinning around, finds Curran Brown. Brown to the other wing. Roberts has got it. She'll take a deep 2 of her own. Off the front iron, Brown offensive rebound. Can't lay it in, gets another offensive rebound here. And she'll come back out. Shot clock resets, 10 to go. Levy with it. At the free throw line, kicked over to Conroy. 4 to go. We've got an offensive foul called there.
They've called an illegal screen on Eve Roberts there. They're saying she didn't have good chair position to set the screen properly, and the ref has called it for a foul.
Well, first early foul of the game for the Phoenix. Archers have one of their own. And a low-scoring start, 2-2 for both teams a few minutes into this game. Atkin coming inside the paint, dumps it off to Evans, wide open. Can't lay it in off the window. Conroy looking to come inside again. Maddie Martin sticking with her. Martin doing a good job here on Conroy early. Brown tries to screen her off, won't get it there. Levy coming in. Gets Beaumont turned around, over to Conroy in the paint. Can't get it to fall. Blees rebounds.
I was intrigued to see why Freya didn't take that shot. I thought she had a clean look from the elbow. She's going to need to make those kind of shots early on if they're...
Evans off the glass inside. Another 2 for the Archers. They take a 2-point lead.
That's already the 3rd or 4th time we've seen Leah Evans just charge her way in there. And on that the possession before where Jade Atkin found her inside and just missed a layup, I think Cardiff are just going to be happy that those opportunities are available, and they're not going to mind that they've missed a couple of them early.
Well, Levy looking to do something here. She's stuck at the free throw line. Looking for Conroy out on the wing. 2 defenders there. Martin gets up close, but Conroy just lays it up and in.
They need to get out on her faster there. You had the 2 strong defenders in Maddie Martin and Jade Atkin on the same side, and Amy got a fairly comfortable look there. They wouldn't be letting her take that for the rest of the game. Otherwise, they're in trouble.
They need to stop Amy Conroy, like we mentioned. Especially with only 5 players, Conroy could she's going to have to score as much as she can today. Atkin gets the ball stolen away here by Conroy. coming up the floor. She'll look to get a play set here. Conroy on the wing, looking to send it inside. We've got a foul call on the Archers here. Foul called on Jade Atkin there.
Jade Atkin doesn't seem to agree with that goal there.
To put it nicely. Inbound to come from Curran Brown. Gets it over to Amy Conroy again. 12 on the clock. Little dump off inside. Just off of Levy's hands, but they get the ball back. Terrell with it. 6 to go. Kicks it back out to Conroy. Conroy from the perimeter looking to come inside on Atkin. Martin checks over. Banks it up and in. Another 2.
Again, it was a lovely little dribble to escape the jump by Amy there, but I think both players just need to jump her personally. I think let the pick happen. Let someone else score some points for them.
Blees from a similar position across the floor. She'll take a long range 2. In and out. But Beaumont gets the offensive rebound. Evans, 10 on the clock. She'll take a long range 2 of her own. Airballs that one. And Maddie Martin and Evelyn Roberts got a little stuck there. Neither looking for the ball, out of bounds. Phoenix ball. So one of the keys for both teams in this game, turnovers. Cardiff Met, strangely enough, only had 2 turnovers and 3 turnovers in their losses this season. And whenever they've had 10 or more, they've won. A little weird. Long range 3 goes up for maybe Conroy. And the Phoenix take a 9-4 lead.
And those are the points that Cardiff Met need to avoid scoring, where East London doesn't take a whole lot of time off the clock. They get quick points, don't exert that much energy, and they get a high reward for it in 3 points there. That is worst case scenario for Cardiff Met.
I think what we said earlier in the game, Archers need to understand that they've got limited roster and limited scoring out there, and to let Amy roll down the floor and take a wide open 3 after she's made 6 points already is not really acceptable.
Well, they try to get back on defense here. Stabbed away by Maddie Martin. She's got the steal. Martin looking to drive up quickly. Gets it out to Blees. Over to Atkin. Atkin's got Evans on the perimeter. Takes the screen instead. Comes in, looking for 2. She's got it. And 1 coming up. I take that back. Offensive foul.
I think they called her 3 seconds on the screen. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't see.
I still like that, though. That's that same run from Leah Evans there, coming down that right-hand side with Jade Atkin having the ball at about the free throw line. And that time Jade Atkin decided to use Leah Evans as a bit of a screen there to create her own shooting opportunity. And I think it was a 3-second lane violation, as we said.
Conroy's got the ball again here. 5-point Phoenix lead. Conroy gets wide open, drives into the paint. Can't lay it in. Almost gets her own rebound, but no.
Amy will be disappointed with that. She got herself in a brilliant position. She just lost control of her chair at the last minute, which made the layup really difficult.
She's got all 9 of the Phoenix's points so far. Atkin, mid-range 2, gets it to fall. Her first 2 points of the game. Archers down by 3.
We haven't seen that much of Jade so far this game. Maybe just to see how they can get her in the offense a bit more. But they've brought Katie Morrow in now to help her out a bit, I think. So it'll be interesting to see.
Levy out to Conroy yet again. Stuck on the perimeter against Beaumont. And we've got a foul called on Ella Beaumont there for restricting Amy Conroy's movement. The last thing you can do is put Amy Conroy, at least, to the free throw line. Just a really impressive year from her all around. Shooting 72% rather, from the free throw line this season. And again, the league's leading scorer at about 25 points per game. Levy on the baseline, looking for Conroy. 1 on the shot clock, can't get it up, and that's a shot clock violation. Archer basketball after the turnover.
I think Freya's got to take that shot early when she had it behind the screen, and then it was great defense from the Archers. They got her sort of trapped in the corner. I think she's just got to have the confidence to take that early look when she was open.
Definitely. Well, not done so far. That inbounds throw didn't actually go inside the court. And a turnover by Cardiff Met to respond, as we'll have a timeout here on the floor. Timeout called by the Archers coach, Rosie Williams. So we head into the first break of the game. 9-6 Phoenix lead. Reese, what do you like if you're the Archers?
Well, I think I like the quality of chances that have been created. As I said, you know, we've been seeing Leah Evans, you know, making that cutting run down the right of Jade Atkin, whoever's the ball handler, at about the top of the key. And there's probably 2 or 3 baskets that definitely should have been made that were missed. So I think that's a positive that you can take. I think they're starting to recognize that they've got to put a lot more pressure on Amy Conroy. Like we've been saying, they haven't got any support on the bench to come up and help with scoring, and she's got all of the Phoenix's points so far today. So I think they're recognizing that they have to put a bit more pressure, whether that's earlier pressure or double teaming her and not allowing her to control that scoring output for the Phoenix on her own.
Well, good. Archers looking to rebound that 3-point deficit so far. Harry, what are you seeing so far after these first few minutes of the game?
I think the Archers' offense is just a bit sporadic. I think you can see they're sort of triple teaming whatever side Jade's on, and I think they're a bit lost. And I think that's why Katie's come in so early, is to sort of give them another big option. And as we said, Katie scored 16 points last game. Katie can really score, so be interesting to see what happens. They just can't let Amy get going.
I know we've talked about it quite a bit, but seriously, that's the story of this game. You cannot let Amy Conroy get going. It's that simple.
I'm getting how you see it. I wouldn't even let her have the ball out here, to be honest.
Conroy got it again, looking to drive around the perimeter. Beats two defenders. We've got a foul called on the baseline on the Archers again. This one on number 11, Katie Morrow. Archers in a bit of foul trouble, nearly one foul away from putting the Phoenix to the free throw line.
And it's so difficult from an Archer perspective to put that early pressure on Conroy because she's just got that agility in the chair that, you know, Jade Atkin will pressure her at the top of the key, and then she'll just roll around her in about a second, and you got to predict where she's going to go to get the cover.
I think that's why when they're inbounding in there, I think they should start a bit higher on her because it gives her a sort of run-up. So she had a run-up on Jade Atkin there, and that's why she could get into the position she was, and it left Adele Atkin, a 1.5 player, in a really difficult position with Amy on there.
Well, the Archers paying the price there. Another foul called. 2 free throws to come here from number 33, Nick Terrell, for the Phoenix. Terrell's first free throw doesn't drop. She actually hasn't scored at all this season. This would be her first point if she can get this next one in. Terrell's been averaging about 8 minutes per game through the first 5 for the Phoenix, obviously with the depleted roster here today. Looking to change that story. She'll be playing all 40, I can promise you that. We've got a stoppage here. I don't entirely know what this is for. I think we're just checking to see who the foul was actually called on for the Archers. If it was on Jade Atkin, that's important. That gets her to her second. Oh. Well then, I think the foul was actually on Amy Conroy instead of Nick Terrell.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. After a free throw's been taken, they switch the free throw taker.
And again, it's interesting that Amy's not allowed to retake both of them. They're only letting her take the second one.
That is strange.
That is, I think, you know, I don't want to, yeah, that was a refereeing error, and the players have sort of been punished for it a little bit, but it's what it is.
It is what it is. You've seen something strange here in those first few minutes. Won't see that very often. Adele Atkin gets inside from Katie Morrow. Can't get it to drop. Another Phoenix rebound here.
I've been really impressed with the London tactics here. They are jumping so hard, and they're allowing Cardiff to dump the ball into the key onto the lower point players, and one in the Archers like low point players like Adele Atkin there to score. And
yeah,
it's an interesting tactic.
Well, Curran Brown on the wing goes to Levy. 4 on the shot clock. Drives inside. Morrow puts a hand up. And it's an air ball out of bounds. Another shot clock violation. This will be Archer basketball again. Down by 4 with just over a minute, 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Low scoring game so far. 10-6 Phoenix lead. Martin comes up the floor. Maddie Martin, one of the youngest players in the league and one of the best ball handlers as well. Martin coming around Roberts, dumps it off. Atkin, deep 2, up, drops it in. 2 more for Atkin. She's up to 4 points. Archers down by 2. Conroy to drive it up here. Nobody's taking her at the perimeter. Atkin fakes it and lets her go. Takes the 3. It won't fall. Beaumont can't get the rebound. Looks like we'll have a bit of a scrum here. That was a rugby term. Reese, I'm American. I'm embarrassed. Why did I say scrum? That's it. I'm so disappointed in myself. What am I doing?
Yeah, where's the dog pile comments? What's
You've
going
been
on?
in Wales too long.
I know. Oh, man. That's a good thing, I promise. Archer basketball out of that. And Maddie Martin to come up the floor here. Inside the perimeter. She's got plenty of space. Looking for something else to happen off the ball, though. Takes the long range two. Off the front iron and out.
I like that confidence from Maddie, though. Take the shot early. She's got a clean look. See if she can get going.
Martin only scoring about 3.5 points per game so far this season. Looking for more today. Nothing on the board so far for her. Conroy up. Misses.
It was great defense from Katie. She put her under a serious pressure there.
Here's Katie Morrow now with it. 10 to go to the end of the game, or end of the first quarter here. Morrow looking to come inside. Curran Brown stopping her. Morrow splits the defense. Levy on her. Morrow up off the glass. Ties the game. 10-10. And that's the end of the first quarter. That's how things end here after the first 10 minutes. 10-10. We have a tie game. So after a late timeout, Cardiff Met come back, cut that deficit down, and we go into the break tied here. So very competitive first quarter. Both teams pretty similar in all their stats. 8 rebounds for the Archers, 9 for the Phoenix. Pretty close game. I think one of the biggest differences, though, 4 turnovers for the Archers and 4 turnovers for the Phoenix as well. 1 turnover for the Phoenix, rather. 4 steals for the Phoenix, forcing those 4 turnovers for the Archers. That led to the Phoenix getting that early lead, but Cardiff Met came back well from there, Reese.
And again, like I've been preaching this entire game, this game as it goes on is going to favor the Archers more and more. So there's been a couple times where they've got some nice cuts inside and some easy chances under the basket that they haven't put away. But I think that they're going to be hopeful that those opportunities keep coming and more as East London gets a little bit more tired as the quarters go on. I think it's going to be harder for them to defend and harder for them to continue the scoring output that they had early in the first 5 minutes of that first quarter.
Definitely. Now, Harry, I'm interested in what you think because obviously the Phoenix jumped out to that early lead, scored those early 10 points. In those last couple of minutes, they weren't able to score much at all. You think that's a result of being tired after 10 straight minutes there early, or is there something else that Cardiff Met did that stopped them?
I just think Amy made really difficult shots early, and she missed really difficult shots near the end of the first. So,
yeah.
But I think, again, though, she got a clean look at that 3 at the end that she missed, and she missed it short. I wouldn't give her clean looks at 3 today. Without Wheeler being here, I think you can focus on Amy a little bit more. But I've been impressed with London's Phoenix's defense. It's not even the full points for Jade. It's the 2 shots that she's taken.
Yeah.
She's only taken 2 shots, and I think that's... has Jade gone a quarter only taken 2 shots this tournament? I don't know. So I think that's the most impressive stat for me. Their defense, they'll be really happy, but then they're drawing this game at the same time. So I think the Archers know their offense hasn't been great, and it's 10-10. So...
Well, Archer's looking to respond here in the second quarter. Jade Atkin, second in the league, averaging 17 points per game. Like Harry mentioned, just 4 so far and just 2 shots. It's been a tough game for her so far. She only had one other game this season where she had a lower scoring output, 4 points against the Loughborough Lightning in 30-56 defeat about a month ago. Every other game since then scored in the double digits. Well, Conroy in the double digits herself, 10 points, all 10 points for the Phoenix in the first quarter as she dumps it off to Freya Levy here to start the second. Levy on the ball, Atkin guarding her, gets it inside to Conroy. Morrow's hand in her face, and I think it's a 3-second call there.
Yeah, 3-second call on Amy there. She was isolated one-on-one with Katie Morrow. She got past her into the key, but she just didn't get the pass quick enough, and she was sat in the key for too long.
Really an unforced turnover. Cardiff Met will not say no to that. Morrow, baseline 2, gets it to fall, bounces off both irons just for fun, make it look a little more interesting. 2-point Archer lead here.
It's promising seeing that creativity from Maddie Martin. I saw it a few weeks ago here. She was really controlling the game. Not as much of a scoring output, but just absolutely setting up her teammates with good passes. And that one was an absolute quarterback sling into Katie Morrow there.
Martin with 2 assists in the game, averaging about 4 per game as another shot goes off, this time Evelyn Roberts. Roberts over to Conroy on the baseline. Another shot from her. Another one drops in. 12-12. Conroy all 12 points.
I think when Archers have Conroy and Morrow on the court, Atkin and Morrow on the court, I think they need to sort of isolate one of them defensively on Amy, because Amy's a lot more taller than Maddie. She could just sit on her wheels and take a nice uncontested fadeaway there.
Well, Morrow looking to do the same against two smaller defenders on her. Won't get it to fall. And Conroy comes away with it yet again. Driving up the floor, Adele Atkin looking to take her on here. Spins around, gets a screen from Curran Brown out to the wing. Levy, 10 on the clock. Got a screen in front of her, flips it over, looking for Conroy. She's got it, off the back iron and out again. Another Archer rebound.
Again, though, Amy's taking a fairly comfortable look there over Maddie and Adele, and they need to just be more aware, and Jade and Kay need to realize that one of them needs to just contest her a little bit more. We know where the scoring's come from. All of their points have come from her, and just slow her down a little bit.
Well, Amy Conroy shooting 50% from the field this game, 5 of 10 so far. As Freya Levy's back up and going, and we'll get the play to resume here. No foul on that, just a stoppage of play. And this will be Archer basketball here. Maddie Martin coming up. 17 on the clock for the Archers here, looking to get inside the paint some more. Conroy on Martin. And we've got a bump here on the baseline. Looks like a foul called on number 3, Curran Brown. Take that back, offensive foul called on number 3, Jade Atkin. I look over and I see Harry shaking his head with the microphone away from him. I don't think you like that one, Harry. What for?
That was an interesting call.
Good way to say it. Freya Levy out on the perimeter, comes inside. Adele Atkin on her, 8 on the clock. One-handed sling over to Conroy. We've got another foul called here. This one, another offensive. I think it's a 3-second call there on number 33, Nick Terrell.
I think Maddie Martin did a better job there of checking her shoulder and making sure that she knew where Amy Conroy was the entire time. But you got to keep eyes in the back of your head to make sure you know where Amy Conroy is, and you got to keep your eyes on the ball to make sure it doesn't get past her as well. It's a tough job.
It's not an easy task, that's for sure. Martin pulls up, comes back, Brown on her, looking for a dump off. She's got Morrow. Morrow deep 2, off the front of the rim and out.
Amy's doing an amazing job defending Jade so far this game as well. We're talking about her offense, but she's pinning herself on Jade every time the ball comes up, and she's really slowing Jade down at the minute. Hopefully we can get Jade going, because that's where most of our scoring usually comes from, but right now...
It's over to Roberts here. Roberts, 2, just outside the paint. It's not going to fall. Katie Morrow's here on the breakaway. This should be an easy bucket for the Archers. Morrow coming inside, plenty of time. Lays it up and in. Easy 2 for Cardiff Met as they take a 2-point lead.
As routine a finish as you like.
On that.
Levy now throws into Conroy. Conroy on the interior. She's got plenty of time, sends it up. Not going to fall. She'll go to the line for 2 here. Here's a foul on Katie Morrow.
I think they need to get chair contact on Amy earlier. She was able to just sprint down the court through the elbow there. And if you just bump her chair a little bit earlier on, the refs aren't going to call it further up the court. And just to slow her down a little bit. Not foul her, just get some contact on her chair. Don't give her that big run up I was talking about earlier.
Joe, is there any way I can turn your volume? Atkins got the rebound here, coming away. Stolen away here. Freya Levy's got it. 20 on the clock. Levy drives to the 3-point perimeter, comes inside. Morrow checks to her, dumps it off to Conroy. A few players in front of her. Levy's out on the wing. Morrow one-on-one with her, can't find a pass. Conroy comes back for it, tries to come inside, blocked out, 3 to go. Levy looking to get it up, dumps it off again. Conroy looked for the interior, couldn't get it in time.
That was a great defensive sequence by the Archers there. I'm really happy with that. You saw Ella Bowman was sort of semi-isolated on Amy, and Jade sagged beautifully, Katie sagged beautifully, and just go on, try and dump it down to Eve with 1 second on the clock, and she did.
Archers took advantage there. Coming away here is Morrow near the baseline. She's got that shot up. She's fouled by Curran Brown. Curran Brown's expression of disbelief tells you all you need to know. All right, we got another foul on the Archers here.
That was a foul.
2 shots to come from Katie Morrow after that miss, with the 1-point Archer lead here at home. Her first free throw rims out. Well, both teams working on their shooting from the field right now. Cardiff Met shooting 38% from the field right now. East London 29%. As Morrow gets that rebound and dumps it in.
Hopefully that'll get Jade going. If we can get her scoring in this game, I think they put Archers in a really good position. You know, the game's really close and Jade scored 6 points, so
Gone inside to Conroy. Conroy up off the window, doesn't fall. Morrow rips the rebound down over her.
it was a beautiful baseline seal. I didn't see who it was. Amy followed her in beautifully on the baseline, and she'll be disappointed with that finish, Will Conroy.
Well, missed the finish. 5 for 11 from the field as Amy Conroy now still has all 13 of those points for the Phoenix. Archers holding a 3-point advantage right now, looking to build here with this possession. Atkin takes it on the inbound. Roberts guarding her, switches over to Levy, looking to split between both, and she'll pull up. Morrow in the paint, hand in her face, lays it up and in anyway. 5-point Archer lead.
Katie's been super aggressive so far this game. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, she's got 6 points already for the Archers, 8 points rather. Conroy lays it off back. Roberts deep 2, one-handed shot, up and in. First 2 of the game for anyone not named Conroy for the Phoenix.
But it's good to see that Amy's still trusting her teammates. She got the ball. She was the one who dumped it off to Eve. She could have posted up that shot herself, and she still had the confidence to dump it off to Eve.
Talk about confidence. I think you can see it with Katie Morrow right now, already up to 10 points, and she's building early on that. Levy coming inside, wide open at the free throw line, takes a long 2, up and off the iron. Atkin coming away. 6 points for Atkin, but 8 rebounds so far. Looking for, she's got Blees behind her, or Ella Beaumont rather. Katie Morrow in front of her. Takes a long 2, won't fall. Her sister Adele Atkin grabs the rebound. Maddie Martin sends it back. Atkin inside, Morrow looking to make it 12. She will, 12 points for her. 22-15, Archers 7-point lead right now.
You can see on that last play, the Archers ran Jade and Katie on the same side, and it's really difficult to defend. They should have really collapsed from the other side, but they didn't. And those two on the same side, you can't defend that. So
no.
With 2 players anyway, so the coach will be saying that.
Well, Phoenix looking to make some changes here in the intermission. 22-15, Archers holding a 7-point lead with about 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Reese. Katie Morrow's got 12. Jade Atkin only has 6. Leah Evans with 4. But Katie Morrow stepping up from the bench here today.
And I don't think Jade Atkin's going to care if she's top scorer in this game. I think she's going to care more about the result. And I think the change of having Maddie Martin, Jade Atkin, and Katie Morrow all on the court, Maddie Martin or Jade Atkin kind of facilitating the play and getting the ball into Katie Morrow, I think that just takes the pressure and the eyes off of Jade Atkin. As we saw in the first quarter, she was kind of under a bit too much pressure and getting double and triple teamed a bit too much, and that affected her scoring output. So I think they recognized that. I think head coach Tom Guntrip recognized that, brought on a bit more offensive prowess in there, and Katie Morrow is absolutely showing it with her offensive scoring output so far in the second quarter.
I think the Archers like where they're at so far. Another thing they'll like is that they've only given up 3 offensive rebounds to the Phoenix so far. The Phoenix last week again had 19 against the Loughborough Lightning. So the more they can limit, the more Cardiff Met can limit those second chance opportunities for the Phoenix, the more they'll like their chances here in this game. Out of the timeout again, Phoenix. If you're just joining us, the London Phoenix only have 5 players here today. So their starting 5 is their only 5. And for Cardiff Met, they'll come out of the timeout with the same lineup that they had on the floor before. Ella Beaumont, Maddie Martin, Katie Morrow, Adele Atkin, and Jade Atkin as well. Levy gets the ball in, and Conroy to take it up the floor here. 7-point deficit. East London looking to get back in this game right now. Conroy can't get into the paint, looking for it, flips it over. Levy, open two on the interior, in and out. And Katie Morrow grabs the rebound here. Her third rebound so far. Archers out-rebounding the Phoenix, 17-12. On the interior to Atkin. Atkin pulls it up, lays it in. Another two for Cardiff Met, 9-point lead.
Jade leaked off defense really early there to get herself up the court and get herself really good position. I think she's going to try and get herself going this quarter with 2 minutes left. So it'll be interesting to see if she tries that again. Just, not cheating on defense. Just as soon as the shot goes, she's going. She was going to go again there, but yeah.
Well, that long pass knocked out of bounds by the Archers. Phoenix basketball. I don't think they were expecting that.
And again, there was an example of Cardiff Met doing a better job at having the eyes in the back of their head, watch Amy Conroy, and the eyes in front, watching where the ball is, and they did a good job of telegraphing that, of stopping that pass being telegraphed and going straight to Amy Conroy.
Levy, deep two, near the baseline. It's not going to fall. 3 players in front of her, and an easy board for Jade Atkin here. Martin coming in, nice little fake, gets Terrell on the wrong side. She's fouled. I think we've got an unsportsmanlike foul called here.
I knew that was coming. Maddie's little shimmy that she loves to do when she's isolated one-on-one in transition.
She's scary with the ball. She would juke me out of my shoes. I can promise you that. Well, we do have an unsportsmanlike foul called there. This will be 2 shots and possession for the Archers. Big play as they look to build a double-digit lead here. Maddie Martin gets the first one in. 10-point Archer lead, 25-15.
I understand why the ref called that an unsportsmanlike, but she just got done by Maddie.
And Atticus, it's not a massive statement to say that she would juke you out of your shoes. I'm pretty sure a statue would juke you out of your shoes. So.
Oh, Reese just says that because he thinks he doesn't realize I can dunk over him.
Have you 2 ever been in sports chairs yet?
No.
Us 3 should have a game.
I have before.
I think Harry would destroy us. For those who don't know, Harry Jenkins is extremely good. Martin coming inside, over to Atkin out on the base. Atkin up and off the back iron, won't fall. Katie Morrow with the offensive rebound, puts it in. We'll call that a 3-point play for the Archers, 27-15 lead. Levy coming up now. 18 on the clock, got plenty of time to set up her play here. Levy doesn't like what she sees, and will take it out to the baseline again. Conroy in front of her, can't find any space out there.
Amy was sat under the basket there with Maddie Martin on her, and she didn't get the pass. I don't think she's happy about that.
Won't be happy about that possession at all as Atkin comes away with the rebound, her 10th. 8 points, 10 boards for Jade Atkin so far. Out on the wing, 2-on-2 here. Beaumont guarding in front of her. Atkin will take that shot, in and out, but an offensive rebound from Adele Atkin. Back to her sister Jade. Jade looking to go up.
Great work by the 2 low pointers there. Ella just did a little seal just to get Jade a little deeper position on his shot, and then Adele crashed in on the offensive board. It was great work.
Archers like what they see so far. That one, a foul on the floor called on the Phoenix there. So this will be Archers basketball as they inbound out on the base. A really impressive second quarter so far for the Archers. They've outscored the Phoenix 17-5 in this quarter. Quick pass over, Katie Morrow looking to go on the interior. Curran Brown, hand in her face, off the back iron and out. Levy comes away with the rebound. Conroy's got it. Archer's looking to get back on defense. They've got 4 defenders in front of her. Blees checks to her. Conroy, 2, up, off.
And I think those are the situations where Cardiff Met have got to be the most wary of Amy Conroy in transition to where they can't get it set up and set 2 or 3 players on her on their own, as Katie Morrow strolls her way under the basket, doesn't get it to fall. But right here is when Cardiff Met need to get set up on defense nice and early to allow the extra attention on Amy Conroy.
Well, Levy stuck out on the perimeter here. 10 to go on the shot clock. Needs to make something happen. Over to Terrell. Terrell on the interior. Over Adele Atkin, dumps it in. First 2 points in a while for the Phoenix.
It's a great finish. It's a great finish.
Martin comes up the floor. Maybe time for 2 possessions before the end of this half. Martin coming inside, beats 3 defenders, and she's fouled.
There's the shimmy.
She's scary with the ball in her hands.
If Maddie could add scoring to her game more consistently, she is a really good shooter. We haven't seen it so much this season, but she is a really good shooter. If she can consistently add scoring to her game, she'll be she's already an unbelievable player, but honestly, defensively and the way she handles the ball, she's already at an elite level. If she can add consistent scoring to her game, she'll be brilliant.
That first free throw misses. Like you said, Harry, Maddie Martin averages about 29 minutes per game, only averages about 3 points, but you speak to the rest of the team, she's more like the Swiss Army knife on defense, and with the ball in her hands, able to do pretty much anything she wants, just needs to add that shooting to her game. She does get that second free throw to fall, though. 11-point Archer lead here. 35 to go in the half. Levy coming inside. Free throw line, flipped over to Conroy, too far, and that's out of bounds. Another turnover caused by the Archers defense.
It was a beautiful seal by Brown there to get Conroy into the paint. It just wasn't a good enough pass to get her the ball.
Well, Cardiff Met will take it. 28 to go to the half. Just a few seconds difference between the shot and the game clock. Martin on the wing. Looking for something she likes. Doesn't see it yet. Goes back to Blees. Flip to the far side. Morrow. Deep two. Up. Lays it in. I think we've got a timeout called here. Maybe not. We do have a timeout call. Okay. Timeout called by the East London Phoenix. 10 seconds to go to the half as the Archers take a 30-17 lead here. Well, a really impressive second quarter, Harry. How did that happen for the Archers?
I think Katie's been brilliant. I think Jade, they've really keyed in on Jade on offense, their defense, sorry, but Katie's been brilliant. She's been so confident and just coming out and she's taking open shots, no hesitation. Even if she's missed a couple, but I think she scored loads these last 5 minutes. It feels like she's been brilliant. And Amy Conroy doesn't seem like she's had the ball in her hands as much these last few minutes.
No.
I'm not sure whether she's trying to play more off the ball to get a dump inside because she's getting frustrated with the tough look she's getting from outside, so she's trying to get inside a bit more. But I think it's playing into Archer's hands a bit more. I think she should just keep the ball in her hands, play off some picks, and see what happens.
Absolutely. Reese, what have you seen in these last 10 minutes?
Well, I think, picking up from what Harry said, I don't think we're appreciating as much just how tired she might be already. I mean, 2 quarters, no subs. She's the focal point. She's the one that's got the ball in her hand. She's been so active, Amy Conroy, on both ends of the floor for London. I think it's got to be taking some sort of physical toll on her.
7 to go on the clock here. Curran Brown stuck on the wing. Gets it inside over to Terrell. Throwing into Conroy. 2 on the clock. That's how the quarter is going to end. Martin I think Martin got fouled there.
You could see the look on Amy's face there at the end. She pushed really hard. She got really good position. The just pass didn't get to her. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what happens this second half. They're still in this game. You know, Archers are in a really strong position, but they just need to keep what they're doing at the minute. I think you saw they brought on just a little press last 10 seconds. I think it was to stop. I think London would have wanted to come out and Amy take a 3. But it was just to stop that on the press.
Well, Reese, what stats are you looking at as we head into the half here? 13-point Archer lead. What strikes your eye?
I'm looking at Katie Morrow, 16 points, 8 for 12 on her field goals. And I genuinely think that the pressure that Katie Morrow has alleviated from the scoring output for the Archers, I think Jade Atkins is going to be really grateful that she's not going to be getting double and triple teamed on every single possession now.
I don't like to toot my own home, but I'm pretty sure before the game I said this could be a big game for Kate Morrow. So
You definitely did. Harry's right about that. 16 points for Morrow heading into this halftime break. Archers with a 30-17 lead. We've got the halftime here. We're going to go have a quick discussion about recapping this first half and looking forward to the second on camera here in just a moment. Before we get there, though, first, take a look at another player here in the Cardiff Met Archers basketball program playing in the Women's National Basketball League, Amber Dean. Take a look inside.
Yeah, it's awesome. Long overdue. I feel like we've been working really hard. Obviously, the season's been somewhat broken because of different lockdowns and different restrictions, but anytime we've been on the court, we work very hard and we work as a team. And I think that finally came to light in our last win. Just keep pushing forward. Yeah, it's nice. It's awesome. But again, just a testament to how hard we've been working as a team. Our head coach, Sarah Wagstaff, implemented some good offense, some good defensive strategies, and just, yeah, it's all about my teammates, honestly. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun last year. Like you said, we were able to be very successful. But we were never satisfied. Even when we would win games, we always knew there was room for improvement. And I'm always shocked when I get individual awards because I play a team sport. So it's a little bit of an oxymoron to me, but I couldn't have done it without my teammates, without my coaches, my family, just things like that. But for me, it was bigger to be able to walk away with a team championship that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard at first, being away from my family. Super close with my family. I have 2 older brothers, my mom and dad, and they've always been my biggest supporters. So increasing that distance each time I left was really hard, but I'm really grateful for the technology and being able to stay in touch with them. And it's definitely helped with my independence and my determination and commitment and self-discipline. So I've grown in that light, but it's not easy being away from my family. But I've been lucky enough to be around people who are like family for me in each place I've been, which is really nice. So I wanted to play basketball and earn a master's degree. I've always loved both, probably just as much school and my sport. And the opportunity was there, and I just tried to capitalize on that. There's loads of words like boot versus the trunk of a car. To be fair, I picked up. Back at the University of Dayton, we took a trip to Italy, and I was able to play there, which was awesome.
Well, welcome back here to the Archers Arena. A nice look here at the story of Amber Dean. Amber Dean playing in the Women's National Basketball League side. Archers in that league are currently in 7th, looking to push up to 6th or 5th ahead of the upcoming playoffs. They'll have a game here on Sunday. Well, as we come back here for the halftime break, 30-17 Archers up by 13 points. Reese, we had an interesting conversation over the last couple of minutes. What are you seeing on the floor right now?
I think head coach for the Archers, Tom Guntrip, is going to be happy in those first couple minutes just to see what the Phoenix were going to throw at Cardiff Met. I think they knew that Amy Conroy was going to be the focal point, but I think they were happy to let them kind of play and see what they were going to be about because they haven't got any subs, the Phoenix. They knew that the Phoenix weren't going to be able to make any personnel changes to tailor any changes that Cardiff Met made, and Cardiff Met made those changes with about 2 or 3 minutes left in that first quarter. And ever since then, bringing on the likes of Katie Morrow and alleviating the pressure off of Jade Atkin, they figured out on defense and offense what they needed to do to take the game in their hands, and it's showing in the score.
Well, Harry, I know you mentioned before the game, Katie Morrow was your key to this game off the bench. And let's be honest, you can brag about it a little bit. She's got 16 points. She's got 4 rebounds, doing it all for the Archers when no one else could score there in that first and second quarter.
Yeah, I think these teams, we said before the game, have similar styles. They sort of have a one player dominant team, and so we've come out and keyed on Amy Conroy, and they've come out and keyed on Jade. But they don't have a Kate Morrow.
True.
And they've keyed in on Jade, and Amy's been picking up Jade on defense. She's been doing a great job. We've talked about her offense. She's doing a great job on defense on Jade. But when they just swing it to the other side and Katie's post up on, Amy's their only height as well, so she can swing it over to Katie, and Katie can post up anyone else on that team. And she's getting really comfortable looks, and she's 8 from 12 from the field.
Yep.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Well, really impressive game so far from Katie Morrow and the rest of the Archers as they hold this 13-point halftime lead. Now, one of the strangest stats that we've seen coming into the game today, the Archers in their previous losses have only had 3 turnovers and 2 turnovers, both against the Lightning. They had 12 against the Phoenix in the first game of the season, but we'll discount that as an outlier. But anyway, their last 2 games, they've only had 5 combined turnovers in those losses. They've got 6 here today, and they've given up 9 steals to the Phoenix, but East London only have 2 points off of turnovers. Cardiff Met, for some reason, those steals and turnovers that they're giving up are not punishing them. Why not, Reese?
I think it's been different players on East London that have been getting those steals, and I saw it a couple times in that game. If somebody that wasn't Amy Conroy got the steal, they would stop play until they knew Amy Conroy was up the court and ready to receive the pass. So they didn't really go on the fast break as much if Amy Conroy wasn't the one that got the steal herself.
Well, a bit of a strange one, to be sure, but hey, the Archers will take as many turnovers as they need if they win. I don't think that matters a whole lot. Now, one of the things I'm looking at as well, Harry, I'm not sure what you think. Evelyn Roberts, number 7 for the Phoenix, she's been playing out on the perimeter. Obviously, they have nobody's on the bench. They can't really sub her off for anybody. She's already got 3 fouls. Should the Phoenix be worried about foul trouble, tiredness in the second half? What are you looking for East London out of this break?
I think when you only have 5 players, you're always worried about foul trouble. I think.
Yeah.
But if you just have to come out and play and hope you don't get 5 fouls sometimes. They'll have spoke to Eve about it at halftime. Look, you're on 3. And I think that's why the Archers, like Reese has been saying, I think that's why the Archers took Jade out with a minute or so to go. She was on 2. Don't let her get the silly 3rd one with a minute to go. Take her out. But I think they'll just be like, look, more of the same. And defensively, East London have been really clever. I think that's why they got the steals. They'll sort of set back in their normal zone and then every now and again bring on a press.
Yeah.
And I think that's where their steals have come in. They're throwing different stuff at it. And I think it's important when you only have 5 players to change up on the floor and without being able to change up when you bring in subs on. And I think that's what we've seen so far this game.
Well, Cardiff Met taking advantage of every opportunity they can get right now. Another thing to look out for here as we come near the start of the 3rd quarter, the East London Phoenix have really struggled every 3rd quarter in the past 3 weeks. They've been outscored in all of them. They've outscored the teams they've played against in every single 1st quarter so far this season, but coming out of the half, for whatever reason, has just not been their thing in the past 3 weeks. They've still won 2 of those last 3 games, defeated the Worcester Wolves 53-42, and they defeated the Wolves again the week after 50-42, but lost the Lightning last week 60-71. Again, outscored in all of those 3rd quarters. If Cardiff Met can outscore them again here, they would open up a pretty big lead going into the 4th. And that's important for Cardiff Met as they're looking to avenge that first loss of the season. In the first game of the season, these two played each other January 28th out in London. The Archers lost 36-60, but it was a close game heading into the 4th, and then the Archers were outscored 18-0 in that 4th quarter, which led to that big 24-point loss. We're about to start the second half here, 20 more minutes to go. Archers holding on to that 13-point lead. On the floor right now for the Archers, Maddie Martin, Anastasia Blees, Leah Evans, Bethany Francis, and Jade Atkin. And for the Phoenix, the same 5 that they've had throughout the whole game. Shot from Anastasia Blees goes up and in. Just to run through for the Phoenix, that 5. Got Curran Brown, Evelyn Roberts, number 7, Brown, number 3, Amy Conroy, number 10, Freya Levy, number 12, and Nicola Terrell, number 33. Levy with the ball now, driving into the free throw line, throws it up off the iron. Curran Brown gets the offensive rebound.
It's interesting defense there from Cardiff Met. Absolutely nobody was looking at who had the ball for East London Phoenix. They had 3 players just all facing and directing all of their attention towards Amy Conroy, and I guess it paid off.
Take whatever you can. Jade Atkin coming inside. 14 to go on the clock. Atkin looking to increase her point total. Fires it up, off the rim and out.
Great little dive there by Maddie just to seal off the defender, which Jade followed in. Jade will make that look. Jade will be happy with that look.
She'll be looking for more, that's for sure. Brown comes inside to Conroy. Conroy Blees on her, dumps it up and in. First Amy Conroy points in quite a while.
That was a tough shot as well. It was over Archer's 2 tallest players there and a little fadeaway.
Leah Evans forced back out of the paint by Freya Levy. Atkin now, 2 players in front of her, gets it in eventually. Atkin now 10 points on the game, 10 rebounds as well. Her double-double.
And I wouldn't be surprised if she gets the assist in this game as well, given that the scoring output's kind of been taken off of her shoulders.
Levy out on the perimeter, 12 to go. Maddie Martin staying right in front of her. She'll check back off. Leah Evans switches over. Looking for Conroy on the pass, too far out of bounds. Good defense from Cardiff Met and a turnover again.
I think you said earlier, Atticus, I think Amy's been a bit quieter, but like we've seen a lot of that. The passes into her just haven't been great. They were early on, and now they're just not hitting her in the spot she wants.
Evans inside now, drives in the paint, floats right past Levy, lays it up and in. Easy two. Cardiff Met putting on the afterburners right now, 36-19 lead.
That paint looked so congested, and Leah Evans did not care. She absolutely floated her way into the paint there. Little nice underhand finish as well.
Roberts, deep two with the left hand, won't fall. Levy gets it back on the offensive rebound here. 10 to go on the clock. Levy, baseline two, up, off all three parts of the iron and in. Well, something the Phoenix haven't done a whole lot of this game. They usually like to press forward and try to get those 8-second violations in the backcourt. Haven't been able to do that today with only 5 players here in the game. Atkin, 2, perimeter from the paint. Doesn't fall, offensive rebound, up and in. 2 for Anastasia Blees as the lights dim. I'm assuming that's signifying a big Archers lead.
Lights out.
That's good. But the lights really are going out. Oh no, and they come back. I don't know what was happening there.
That showed, though, going back to the game, it showed earlier there that the size mismatch we talked about. Jade got a good look from the elbow, she missed it, but they haven't even really got anyone to rival Anastasia Blees' height. Not even with Kate, even with Katie Mara out of the game, and she got an offensive rebound and just put it back in.
Well, I know Anastasia Blees, she's obviously had a good start here in this second half. My favorite part about her, though, did you guys know her nickname is the Welsh Sniper?
The Welsh Sniper?
Welsh Sniper.
I love that.
That's the coolest thing in the world. I love it.
Who gave her that nickname?
I have no idea, but it came with her. I know she's from Carmel out in northern Wales, I believe, and I heard that it's from there somewhere. So I don't know where it's from, but I think it's amazing.
I wish I was the Welsh Sniper.
No kidding. Levy coming inside. That shot won't fall. Blees with the rebound. Atkins got Leah Evans, rifles that pass up, but it hits Amy Conroy. Conroy's got it.
See that press from London there, just rushing the Archers offense a little bit.
Conroy, 2, up, swish. 38-23, 15-point Archer lead here.
A bit of coast-to-coast play for Amy Conroy there.
Yeah.
Read that steal and takes the other way and just knocks down a difficult shot that she makes look easy.
I think she heard the Welsh Sniper comment and wanted to put in a deep 2 of her own. Evans coming inside. She's forced out of the paint there on the double team. Dumps it off. Atkin. She'll go back out as on her own. Takes the 2. Drops it in. Why not? Jade Atkin getting going this half. 12 points for her.
Jade's not going to let Katie be top scorer today.
No, clearly. That's a bit of a competition there. Atkin with 12. Katie Morrow with 16. Levy comes inside. Free throw line up, off the iron and out. Archer's still holding that 17-point lead.
Levy's come out and been really aggressive, trying to help out the scoring a little bit. She just hasn't been making shots so far.
Off to Blees. It's up. It rolls in and out.
The Welsh Sniper to the free throw line.
I think you know that means these next 2 free throws are going in. Of course, if you followed Cardiff Met Archer basketball this season, you know Reese and I have a bit of a problem. Every time we say something the opposite happens, we have a bad commentary curse here in this arena.
See, so far I've said Katie Morrow was going to score lots of points today, and she's done it, so...
Take that for what you will, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Reese are not doing very well with our takes so far. Harry Jenkins, on fire, 100%. Anastasia Blees, her second free throw still won't drop. That's out of bounds. I think that's off the Phoenix, though. Ooh. Off Amy Conroy. Wow.
We'll trust the referee's angle there.
Atkin gets the inbound up, over Conroy, out.
Jade rushed the offense a little bit there. They have 14 seconds left on the clock. She's taking a contested shot over their tallest player. You can take some time there.
Levy now looking to make the Archers pay for that one. Conroy's got it. Conroy lays it up and in. 40-25, still a 15-point Archer lead.
I think that's where they're going to get their best looks, in those semi-transitions. Just Levy and Conroy just pushing the floor and hoping to get a good mismatch over someone. Here goes.
speak of a mismatch, Leah Evans drives inside, gets it, doesn't get it to fall, but we've got another 2 there from the Archers. Timeout called on the floor by the Phoenix here. 42-25, 17-point Cardiff Met lead heading into this first break of the third quarter, just about halfway through. So really impressive game here from the Archers today, guys. Hard to say no to any of this, I think, if you're the home fans.
Definitely, and I think seeing Beth Francis come out on the floor there as well, and she was helping Jade Atkin get those open looks through her screens that she was setting on Amy Conroy, and I saw one of the possessions earlier in that third quarter. She did such a good job of just staying in front of Amy Conroy, not letting Amy Conroy split off her and defend Jade Atkin, and I think that's been probably one of the roots to Jade Atkin's scoring success that we've seen early in this third quarter so far.
Well, one of the strangest parts of it, well, obviously, I mean, the Phoenix only have 5 players, so it may be to be expected. But the Phoenix shooting around 40% this season. Today, it's a lot worse, 32% from the field. Cardiff Met have never been above 40% in all but one game this season, and today they're shooting 50% from the field. Really, that's the difference. Cardiff Met putting the buckets in, Phoenix not so much. Is it as simple as that, Harry?
I think so. I mean, Bethany Wheeler is not here today. We spoke about her, and she averages 16 points a game. And to lose 16 points a game off anyone's team is tough. And
yeah.
To come here with 5 players, it puts a lot of pressure on Amy. So it'll be interesting to see. This game isn't completely over, but the Archers can finish this team soon. We've seen Rebecca Ganley come in for the first time, and Katie Morris back in as well.
Rebecca Ganley, part of the Bucks side that won the semifinal here at home against Loughborough University midweek that Reese and I were able to attend and commentate on. They're heading to the Bucks mixed national championship this next Wednesday against the University of Nottingham. That shot off the iron. Blees comes away with the rebound. Rebecca Ganley, her first touch of the game now. Ganley sends it over. Blees got Bowman on her side, looking to go over to Morrow. And we got a foul called on Amy Conroy. As she apologizes for it.
It's a shame a foul was called there. I mean, anytime you see Katie Morrow get that ball over Curran Brown in the low post, she just got that height advantage. She's going to finish it almost every single time. It's a shame a foul was called there because she was probably going to get a guaranteed bucket there.
Ganley's first shot of the game off the iron. Morrow tried to swat the rebound back to an Archer player. Didn't quite come out for her. Nick Terrell with it now. Over to Levy, 12 on the clock at the free throw line. Levy's open. Archer's daring her to shoot. She won't. Got Roberts inside. Not much else. 4 to go on the clock. Levy dumps it over to Terrell. Too far. This will be a shot clock violation here.
I think that's the game plan for Cardiff Met right there. If the ball isn't in the hands of Amy Conroy, they're going to dare you to shoot. And East London not taking that dare on that possession.
We've got Maddie Martin and Jade Atkin both off the floor right now. Archers using their bench to their full advantage. Anastasia Blees, another shot drops.
Go on the sniper.
No kidding. Blees up to 6 points so far. Well above her season average of 3.
Playing great so far today.
Really has. Conroy looking to make something happen for the Phoenix. Can't get inside. Boxed out. Levy, Morrow on her. Big height difference there. Levy can't find anything. Does get a switch, though. Looking for Conroy. Too far. Out of the reach of Curran Brown again. Another turnover.
Again, she's getting great position off the ball. She's just not getting the pass she wants. I'm surprised she didn't take a 3 in transition there. She had a really good look at the 3. And I'm surprised with the scores being what it is and her never being open. Like, to roll down and have an open 3 now, I'm surprised she didn't take it.
Well, she's hit 3 threes this season. One of the league leaders. Has a quick basket inside for Francesca Antoniazzi for the Archers. Just onto the floor for her first minutes of the game. 2 points for her. Brown with it. Looking for Conroy on the interior, is double teamed. She is going to get that shot in. I think that's going to count.
See there was a beautiful pass inside from Curran Brown. Amy did a great job again to get a position she wanted, and then she got the pass she needed that time.
Well, that shot doesn't count, and this will just be inbounded from the baseline. That, I think, has been the most surprising part of the game today, is that Amy Conroy, that's her favorite spot, getting in behind the defense, getting into the baseline near the paint, backdoor cuts, and you just haven't seen much of it today. Levy inbounds it to Conroy. And Levy gets it back. Phoenix needing to make something happen here with a 21-point deficit. Levy up, it's not going to fall. Ganley's got it. Morrow now. Got help on the side, on either side. Sends it over to Ella Beaumont. Beaumont with it. Ganley in front of her. Beaumont's going to take the shot. Too far. An offensive rebound. Antoniazzi again making her presence felt here. Pass too far back though for Rebecca Ganley, and that'll be over and back.
And as I mentioned before the game started, Cardiff Met using their bench to their full advantage, using their numbers that they've got over East London. Almost every single player they've got in the squad has made an appearance on the floor so far.
Conroy inside, Levy up, 2 points for the Phoenix, 46-27. Ganley's got the inbound here. And Morrow with it now. Anastasia Blees again. At the free throw line. Comes in, off the spin, in and out.
Tough shot there. Just a little bit off balance. She got good position. She just needed to control her chair a little bit more. It would have been a good look.
Well, Conroy looking to respond here. Driving inside, looking for a quick shot, won't take it. Over to Roberts. Roberts up, lays it in. 2 more for the Phoenix.
It'd be interesting. Maybe Phoenix have found something. They've had Freya Levy and Amy Conroy on the same side, and they've got 2 good offenses out of it. With Corinne Brown bringing the ball up and Amy bringing the ball up. So maybe they'll look into that. It was a great finish as well by Eve in the middle.
The Phoenix will take anything they can get right now on a 4-point run right now. Antoniazzi's shot won't fall again. Conroy with it once more. Conroy out on the perimeter looking to come inside. 12 to go. Katie Morrow right in front of her. Blees checks back to her. Conroy spinning around, getting inside. Double team by Rebecca Ganley. It's up, it falls, and one coming.
That was out the do-it-yourself playbook, that one was.
No kidding. Conroy with 21 points now. Looking to make it 22. She will. Her season average is 24.5, already almost there. Late in the 3rd quarter. Blees on it now. She'll drive it up the floor here. She's got Beaumont on her right. And Ganley on the interior with the screen from Antoniazzi. Ganley up off the iron, no. Rebounded by Terrell. Pile up in the middle. 13 on the clock. Terrell spins, and she'll be forced back to the right-hand side by Blees here. Goes back to her left. Needs to decide here what she wants to do. Rifles one up to nowhere. And that's an easy one for Cardiff Met. Morrow coming in. She's got 2 defenders in front of her. Out to the far side. Blees with it. Got Antoniazzi behind. Goes to Morrow instead. Morrow shot up and airballed. And out of bounds.
I'm surprised Cardiff Met didn't try to draw out the rest of the clock there. There was only about an extra second on the actual clock than the shot clock there, so I'm surprised they didn't draw that out and just go into the 4th quarter.
Well, 5 seconds to go to the end of the 3rd here. Terrell needs to make something happen. I don't think she knows. Gets it over Conroy. Conroy trying to spin for 3. It's up. Oh, I thought that was going in. Oof, looked like it was going in, but it doesn't fall. And that's how the 3rd quarter ends. Archers 46-32 lead. Now, that looks big. It's 14 points, but it was in the 20s just a few seconds ago. Like you mentioned, Harry, the Phoenix starting to come back a little.
Yeah, I think it'd be like the Archers have started running their bench a little bit, and so it'll be interesting to see if they bring the starters or the lineup with Morrow and Jade in it back in. So, you know, they've run. Everyone's had a few minutes this half now. They tried to run the bench a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe the next 5 minutes of the 4th, just to close the game out, finish it off for good. Bring the starters back in, and then bring everyone back in. I think Conroy has she's taken the ball in her own hands a bit more. She was trying to play off ball, and I understand why. She was trying to get good positioning, because it is really hard to get good positioning under the basket and dribble the ball. But these last few plays, she sort of played a bit outside a bit more, and it's helped their offense a lot. They've got some good looks. You know, Eve Roberts made Freya's made some shots and Eve Roberts has made some shots, and it helps her out a lot. But they always look more dangerous when the ball's in her hands. So
They do.
maybe they'll come out in the fourth and she'll just dribble the ball out. But now we see like Jade and Katie are in with Maddie, and Maddie's back in. So I think they'll come out in the next few minutes just to close the game out.
Well, 10 points from every player not named Amy Conroy for the Phoenix. But Reese, one of the things I'm looking at, 23 rebounds for the Phoenix, 32 though for the Archers. They've taken advantage of the interior here today, not what we were expecting.
And I think what we were saying about Jade Atkin early in the game when she was having, I don't even want to say scoring struggles, because she was 2 for 2 on her shots in the first quarter, but she just wasn't taking as many shots. I think it's because she was positioning herself under the basket quite a bit and not taking the offensive load and getting a lot of rebounds. She had about 6 or 7 rebounds at the end of that first quarter, and now she's sitting at 13 now on a double-double, 14 points and 13 rebounds. So she's been very, very active in that.
That first shot here of the fourth quarter won't fall. We've got a foul called there on Maddie Martin. And this will be an inbound for the Phoenix. So 14 on the shot clock as it resets here. Phoenix looking to cut back into this lead, trying to get it down to single digits, get within touching distance of the Archers. Back to Levy. Levy comes inside. 2 from the perimeter of the paint, not going to fall. Katie Morrow with the rebound. Morrow driving forward, Conroy in front of her. She's got Atkin on the left behind. Morrow comes inside, beats the defender Conroy. Can't get it to fall though.
It's a great look in transition though. Katie's done a brilliant job. She just needs to finish the shot there.
Conroy now looking to make the Archers pay for that one. Maddie Martin, good defense to get in front of her. She's screened off here. Back to Terrell, back to Conroy. 6 to go. Conroy's going to take the shot. Got to find something she likes, though. 3 to go. Comes in. 2 up, off. Jade Atkins got it. Atkins' 14th board of the game. Coming inside. Reaches the paint. Terrell and Brown in front of her. She's triple teamed, and we've got an offensive foul, a charge called here. I look over, and Harry immediately looks at me and makes this weird face. That was not a charge, according to you, I think, sir.
Soft goal.
Harry Jenkins disagrees with lots of the referee's calls today. But that's okay. We'll let it slide. Levy cuts inside, beats 2 defenders, can't get it to fall in. Atkin comes away with the rebound yet again. 3 to go until an 8-second violation. Atkins got to get rid of it. She will, and they just get across in time. Maddie Martin's going to be fouled by Freya Levy here.
London's coach asking for the 8 seconds there. I think he might. Oh.
He's counting on his fingers.
Yeah, he's
I'd
still
bet
doing
it
it.
Well, I just missed it there. So Archers to inbound here. Ella Beaumont to send this ball in from the other side. Atkins got a screen from Maddie Martin in front of her. She cuts over. Looks for Katie Morrow on the interior. Just couldn't corral that one. But Beaumont grabs it anyway. 4 on the shot clock. Got to find something here. Tries to find Maddie Martin.
Maddie was in the key under the basket. She didn't look up.
2 open players there.
She needed to look up.
Conroy on the ball again. Got Curran Brown in front of her. Evelyn Roberts to her left. Dumps it off to Brown. Brown open. Can't get it in off the window. He's going to try again. Through the pressure, and she's fouled.
Those are the opportunities that East London need to take if they've got any hope of clawing their way back into it. You know, Amy Conroy drawing the pressure and laying it off to Curran Brown right under the basket. And those are the ones that have just got to be finished off to claw their way back.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Reece. It was a great look.
I think one of the stats I'm most surprised by throughout the game today, guys, is Archers have 30 points in the paint. East London only have 12. Cardiff Met have set up a force field outside in the paint, and they have just not let anything go in. I know Brown was fouled here, but honestly, it's indicative of that Archer defense as Brown gets that first one to drop.
I think they've struggled to get the ball inside to Amy when she's got good position, and I think that's why she's had to do most of her work from outside. I'd be surprised if most of those 12 points aren't her inside anyway, but...
Yeah. That free throw won't fall. Curran Brown's got it. Over to Freya Levy. Brown's got it again. Over to Conroy. looking to juke past Martin. She's got a screen waiting for Evelyn Roberts. Can't get exactly what she likes. Takes a long two anyway. Got it to drop.
Amy hit Maddie with a Maddie shimmy then.
She did. Taste of the own medicine. As a timeout called here by the Archers, we're back to a 13-point game right now. Although it shouldn't be 13, it should be 12.
You know, I think this is where, you know, not to get complacent. I think, yeah, Amy did a great move, but you still just stay on her. Don't let her fake. You know what she wants to do. You know she wants to take a dribble behind the screen and take that shot, go with her.
Yep.
You know, they might have to play this team again at some point. We don't know how the seasons are going to lie. So I think they just need to take that the rest of the game now. You'd expect them to close this one out. It's still quite close, though. But
yeah.
Just don't get complacent. Finish the job.
Well, we've actually got it back. It's an 11-point game. Apologies, my mistake there. 11-point lead for the Archers right now with just under 8 minutes left to go. It's getting close here again, Reese. I don't think we were expecting that one after that second quarter dominance from the Archers.
Well, this game, and at the end of the second quarter, it almost felt like it was kind of over, honestly. As much as the game really is never over, it felt like, you know, they were using their bench, and you know, they weren't as focused on scoring on every single possession, and that didn't seem to be their main focus. And East London have, through Amy Conroy, have started to claw their way back in here. Amy Conroy's getting her hands on the ball and starting to make those difficult shots like she was in the first quarter, like that one that she just put in right before that timeout. So Cardiff Met maybe just need to get 2 or 3 more possessions with a bit of scoring output on them just to extend that lead a little bit more, get some breathing room.
See Levy and Conroy coming out in a 2-man press, and Conroy's just keeping Jade out of the game here. Well done, Maddie.
Well done there from Maddie Martin as she drops it in. 2 for the Archers. Big 2 points out of that timeout.
It's hard to press a team when they got Maddie Martin on the side.
Yes. Conroy's out on the wing here. Morrow guarding her. Can't keep up though. Gets it over to Brown. Tries to loft it back to Conroy. Catches it in the crowd. Lays it up. Won't get it to fall.
Great defense there by our 2 bigs.
Nice triple team. Atkin with it now, coming inside. Got Morrow on the opposite end of the court. She's fouled before the shot goes up. Harry, I sensed some distress from you. What did you want to happen there instead?
We all knew that was an M1. no, I can understand why that's not given as an M1. But those are the frustrating ones as a player where you're like,
yeah.
You know it's not an M1, but like, you know what I mean. You're like,
But it was good enough to be counted as well.
Yeah.
Maddie Martin covered here. Goes right past Nick Terrell as she's fouled. She's going to go to the line for 2 here.
I'd love to see Maddie do that more. She's so fast and she's got such great chair skills and she's so good with the ball in her hands. Just when she's isolated at the top against someone, just to go at them. And she's at the line now.
Every time she's done it, it's worked pretty well for her. Martin to go to the line here on 4 points so far today. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And she won't make it 5. Has 2 steals as well and has been fouled 5 times. Most fouled player here in the game today. Easy to see why with her ball handling and speed as she gets that free throw to drop. Levy coming up the court now. 16 to go. She's wide open. She's going to take the shot. It's up and it's off.
They need more patience in that offense. Amy Conroy was under the basket there if they'd waited a few more seconds.
Not many opportunities left for the Phoenix. Seem to be throwing this one away. Not really. I mean, Cardiff Met are winning this game here, Reese.
Yeah, it's Jade Atkin there. This is exactly what I said Cardiff Met needed to do, just to extend that lead, to get a bit of breathing room. 2 or 3 possessions strung together that they've taken their time and created and crafted some high percentage shooting opportunities, whereas East London maybe seemed a little bit flustered. They've seen that they've had a chance to come back in this game, and that's going to be a big help. And 1 play here for East London.
You know what it is, Reese? Right as you started talking about how the Phoenix couldn't get back in this game, Harry, you're the witness here today.
Yeah,
it's this commentator curse from me and Reese. I don't understand it.
Come on, boys.
Somebody pull the cord.
No kidding.
Who let me do this?
It was so ideal timing how you told them they were struggling about to score and now they're about to have an M1.
It really was.
No.
Well, you know what? That might be the... Didn't drop
they
in for
missed
the
the
M1.
free throw though, so
Yeah.
you're fine. Reece.
Exactly.
It's all right.
But you know what? The Phoenix did get the ball back, so
Amy's going to hit a 3 now.
looking to make a 5-point play if she can. Levy to send it in. Conroy with it. up in the air looking for help. She'll come back out. Adele Atkin in front of her. Back to the free throw line. 2 up from Roberts, won't fall. Morrow with it. Archers hanging on to that 14-point lead with just over 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this game. Morrow coming in. Conroy checks to her. Up and off. Levy takes that rebound away. She'll come down the floor here at the Levy's fourth
Got a 4
rebound.
on 5 here if they move quickly.
Up and off. The same play as before. Still can't fall. Atkin goes forward. She's got Katie Morrow on the breakaway. Terrell on the backside of her. Morrow going to take it up, lays it in. Easy 2 for Cardiff Met again. Great pass from Jade Atkin.
This is a lovely pass by Jade. Katie is so good in those positions as well. She's so calm and collected there. You can see she just took her time. Bounced up. Nick Terrell can't really contest her there, so well done, Katie.
Yeah, I don't know what else you could do there.
And there's NFL quarterbacks I know who can't make that pass that Jade Atkin just made.
Come on, boys. We're Welsh. We need to make some sort of...
Yeah, I think Reese contractually had to put one in because of the whole Americanism thing after I made that scrum comment. We had to get it
You're
back.
just trying to make up for it. We all know.
Exactly. Jade Atkin sends the ball in over to Maddie Martin. And that's how they'll start this possession as we go to the bottom 5 minutes of the game. 16-point Archer lead at the moment. Martin pulls it back out. We have an offensive foul on the perimeter there.
No, what they've given is they're saying Katie went out of bounds and came back in, Katie and Ella. Ella tried to run a little screenplay baseline for her, and the refs have deemed that they went out of play while they were doing it.
Nice eyes there from Harry. Well, that will be Phoenix basketball, of course. Archer turnover again. Conroy coming inside, trying to split between Beaumont and Martin. Won't do it. Conroy up, lays it up and in off the glass.
That was too easy there. They have to understand that Amy just rolled down and isolated herself on a one-pointer in Ella Beaumont and just took a shot over her.
We've got an Archer player down on the court here. looks like it's all good. Just looking to get back up here.
I think it's safe to say she's not in too much distress.
Neve Watson's all right if she checks into the game for her first minutes of the game.
What an introduction.
I like the laugh. She's okay with it. Well, timeout here on the floor. Archers maintaining that 14-point lead. Tough fourth quarter. Phoenix trying to come back, just can't do it at this point. Last 5 minutes of the game here. If Cardiff Met can win, they'd go to 3-3 today. Obviously, with tiebreakers still to come between points differential and head-to-head record, but this would tie them 3 wins with the Phoenix as they both fight for that 2 spot and for the home game here as we come into the playoffs. Harry, your thoughts after the first 35 minutes of the game. What are you seeing so far?
Sorry, the music just kind of distracted me there. I think it's just what we've said at the start. I think the size mismatch has been a big factor. I think the lack of players on London side has been a factor. You know, the lack of scoring output and I think just the ability. We've got 2 guys who've scored loads of points today, and they've got 1, and I think that might be the key, really. Defensively, it's hard to defend when you've got 2 guys who can score like 2 of the girls who can score like we can. So, yeah, I think that's been the main difference.
Definitely. Now, obviously, the difference on the scoreboard, 14-point Archer lead here. But Reese, what else is Cardiff Met doing that's given them this lead?
They're sharing the scoring loads. You know, as Harry just said, you know, it's very easy when you've got the likes of Katie Morrow and Jade Atkin who can finish, but when you've also got the likes of Maddie Martin who can draw that pressure away from those 2 to allow them to have some more open space. And you know, you've got the role players of Ella Beaumont and Neve Watson on the court now who are setting those screens and trying to get Jade Atkin and Katie Morrow as free as possible as Katie Morrow gets caught up there with Curran Brown, and Curran Brown commits the foul there. But I think that's been the main difference. They've had the ability to share the responsibility on offense, not just in scoring, but in chance creation as well.
Cardiff Met have taken advantage of all the chances they've been given, shooting 47% from the field today, just 30% from the free throw line, 3 of 10 there, but 25 shots made from 2 today, taking full advantage of these opportunities. Katie Morrow comes to the line for 2 free throws here after those fouls. For those curious, Katie Morrow on 18 points. And Jade Atkin on 16.
Come on, boys. Is this one going in or is it not? Come on.
Reese, I say yes. You?
Could you have waited to talk about Katie Morrow's points until after she
Again,
shot
didn't
the
I?
free
Oh,
throws?
man. That's why I thought
What are you
about
doing?
it. That's why I thought about it. Cool.
I'm
Alex
really
says it's
disappointed.
going in. I believe in you, Alex.
Hey, I've got one.
I'm back, baby.
I might be 1 of 15 on those, but that's okay.
No, you're 1 for 1 starting there.
Starting now.
1 for 1 from now. I like that attitude. Archer's on top here. Conroy over to Levy. Levy's got Terrell in front of her on the screen. She'll come out to the far side where Amy Conroy is instead. Levy near the baseline, dribbling, whips it over, looking for Terrell. Stolen away by Jade Atkin again. Atkin to drive up the floor here. Drops it off to Maddie Martin. Martin's got open space on the interior. Curran Brown recovers well and forces her back. Martin, Atkin, up. Still won't fall. Offensive rebound, though.
Oh, Neve Watson came out of nowhere.
In between 3 defenders. Atkin over to Morrow. Morrow's going to lay it up and in. Another 2.
It was a great offense all around. They got a great look on the first look. Neve crashed the ball brilliantly, and she didn't panic when she crashed the ball. She made a beautiful pass out, and then they just recycled it round to Katie on the weak side.
3 from Conroy up, won't fall. Brown can't grab the rebound. Martin will instead. Martin to come up as Atkin takes Brown off her backside. Martin to come inside. Hey, nobody defended her. And Conroy comes over and whacks her arm. 2 shots to come.
Again, that last possession just showcased what I was saying about how the entire team is contributing to the offense as opposed to East London being solely reliant on Amy Conroy. And everybody, whether it's getting that offensive rebound in Neve Watson and keeping her composure and kicking it to the likes of Jade Atkin or Katie Morrow, who we know can finish. And Maddie Martin, who's getting a couple more points in this fourth quarter as well.
Yeah, you can see it in like the offense. London had 2 offenses ago where Amy didn't touch the ball. They didn't look great. And they look a bit lost when she's not running the show. But especially Maddie this fourth, she's been brilliant. And we've got a few guys who can come out and take control of the ball. And like even Leah is about to come on now. She's a player with been to a Paralympic Games, and be able to just bring her on now to close out the game is brilliant.
Archer's plenty of depth today. East London really missing 2 starters in particular, Bethany Wheeler and Alice McAfee. Neither here and available today, and they're paying the price for it. That ball rolls out of bounds. We're going to have 2 shots to come here for the Phoenix. Substitutions coming on the floor for the Archers as well. Francesca Antoniazzi coming on. And Lee Evans
the shot clock here. There's only 2 seconds left.
I read the 2 fingers wrong. 2 seconds on the shot clock. My fault. Conroy to get the shot up quickly. She will. Off the rim, no good.
Oh.
But hey, Curran Brown grabbed the rebound. It was off the rim. I don't think everybody, only the
I think London's coach wanted them to play on there.
Michael Hansen Morris with the good call there. That was off the rim and it was still in play. Doesn't matter though. Nothing comes from it. Leah Evans going to drive inside on Terrell. Dumps it off. Morrow up. It's going to ricochet around and in.
I think this is coming back to what Reese said before the start of the game. I think you can see now with 5 players, we're just killing them in transition.
Yeah.
And, we're getting great looks every single time in transition. And with 5 players, they can't. Everyone's a bit tired, and we're just whenever they miss a shot, we're just pushing hard now. And here goes Leah again.
Another shot won't fall. Leah Evans wide open. Got Jade Atkin behind her. She can drive inside for a nice, easy bucket. Makes it look as casual as you like, and she puts it in. And 61.
This is where that size of the squad impact is coming into play. The end of the game, just as Harry said, in transition, you get caught out. There's really nothing you can do, and all you can really do is do exactly what East London did there on offense, is try to get the ball in the hands of Amy Conroy with 5 or 6 seconds taken off the clock. Quick shot, quick finish, quick points on the board. But Cardiff Met can just draw things out now.
Yeah, I know the game's over, but as a coaching staff, as I said, you might have to play these again, and to let Amy roll down and isolate herself on Neve Watson, you still don't want that to happen.
No.
I know the game's over, but
Maybe they're just trying to hide their good defensive plays for the fourth quarter for the next time these 2 teams play. These 2 teams will play each other the last game of the season in East London, and then maybe in the playoffs as well if things remain in this same fashion as that shot from Morrow bricks off. Again, this would put both teams even on 3 points. Whoever finishes second will host the home game in the playoffs against the 3rd seed. Cardiff Met with this win today could get that. Lots of things still to come in the rest of the season, of course. Another shot from Conroy still won't fall. Both teams have 3 games left after this.
Great pass.
Long pass over to Leah Evans.
Oh, she's in. Katie did the I'll give you an American football, what did you say, the quarterback pass. Katie
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then she pushed the whole full forward and didn't get the ball into the basket.
That one rolls out of play. This will be Phoenix basketball here in the final minute of the game. Archers having a 20-point lead at the moment. Just an impressive game all around, outscoring the Phoenix 15-9 here in the 4th quarter. This 4th quarter and the 2nd quarter, where they outscored the Phoenix 20-7, really been the big differences here today. Levy on the wing, she'll come inside, got a screen from Conroy, she's wide open, dribbles around, decides to take it, up and off. Conroy offensive rebound, up and in. Conroy's on 30 points now for the Phoenix.
For Amy Conroy to come out and score 30 points with so much focus on her is super impressive.
Really impressive so far as we head towards the end of
Leah's been brilliant since she's come back in the game, just pushing the tempo in transition. She's been on the bench for a little bit and coming a bit fresh, and she's just picked up the pace a bit.
Still a 20-point Archer lead, 10 seconds to go. Phoenix can take the last shot if they like. Roberts pulls back, tries to throw it over to Conley. Intercepted here, Conroy, intercepted by Ganley. And Leah Evans will dribble this clock out. So 63-43, a massive win here for Cardiff Met at home over the East London Phoenix. This puts both teams at 3-3. A big game here for the Archers. Reese, recap this one for us. How did the Archers get this win?
I think the Archers got this win because East London only brought 5 players, I think. But,
fair enough.
And I think as much as there's a lot of positives that you can take coming out of this game, for the next time that you play them again, like you said, you're going to play them again at the last game of the season at East London. But then also there's a heavy chance that these are going to be the playoff team that you're going to face. And as much as there's a lot of positives that you can take, I think a lot of the positives that you can take are going to be kind of specific to this game, given that they only had 5 players. I think head coach Tom Guntrip really, he knew what he was doing. He knew that he was just going to let things play out in the first quarter, let them kind of tire themselves out, give away their game plan, and then towards the end of the first quarter and the second quarter and beyond, he did everything he could with the personnel that he had to counter their game plan, both on offense and on defense. And you could see, especially in that 4th quarter and the 2nd quarter, when East London had been out on the floor without a sustained break, that's when those point differentials came in. The 2nd quarter, Cardiff Met outscoring them 20-7, and then the 4th quarter, Cardiff Met outscoring the Phoenix 17-11. So I think that it's as simple as it is to say, that really was the main difference today.
Archers here at the center court, all smiles here after this game. Now, Harry, your final thoughts on the game today?
I think, like Reese just said, I think you've got to take it with not a pinch of salt. They did a great job, but they know this isn't the team they're going to face again. Yeah. And, there's lots of positive to say. I think Katie Morrow's getting better and better and better as the season goes on. Her scoring output's improved every game. And if they can get Jade and Katie cooking in one game, then it'll be scary. I think they sort of did today. I think we may have seen it at some, if they'd kept them both out there for a while today. But I think the Archers are finding their lineups now. They've got 2 really strong lineups they always rely on. They sort of keep the same 3 players in. They sort of keep Jade, Maddie, and Ella sort of stay in a lot, and then they sort of rotate Adele Atkin and Katie, or Anastasia Blees and Leah Evans. Those are sort of the 7 players that play. And I think they've sort of, you can see when we watched, when we were watching a couple of weeks ago, they've still sort of figuring out the lineups, but I think they found their rotation. We saw everyone today a lot, and I think that's what they can take from today's game.
Well, really impressive performance for Cardiff Met. 16 points for Jade Atkin to go along with her 16 boards. Nice looking double-double there. Rest of the team, though, just a really impressive game. 25 for Katie Morrow, her season high, of course, in 28 minutes played through most of the game here today. 30 for Amy Conroy, but for the rest of the Phoenix squad, just 13 as they fall to a 20-point defeat. Thank you for joining us here today from Cardiff, Wales. That's how the Archers will end this one with a 20-point victory. If you'd like to stick around here in Cardiff Met's arena, join us on the WBBL official channel for the Cardiff Met Archers against the Caledonia Pride in the Women's British Basketball League. I'm Atticus Peed. I was joined here today by Reese Jones and Harry Jenkins. Thank you for joining us on the Women's Premier League official YouTube channel. That's how today's game ends. Cardiff Met 63, East London Phoenix 43.